Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. It's 2024. I'm not going anywhere. Peace. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available. The movie, the album, the book, the film, the TV series. Dad, Shimmy Shimmy AF. Available in 3000 BC. I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Beast. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so I had to sing that song because we are in Mexico for New Year's, down here for a couple days after New Year's. And we go to this huge party every year for New Year's down here. And they played that song last night. They played like a remix of it. I put up me dancing to it on my Instagram. So if you want to go over there and see me dancing to I Want to Dance with Somebody. I've lost my voice because I was singing so loud last night. We had so much fun. We met so many people. And so many people, is that right? Yes, we met so many people. And we had such a good time. We met this couple from Indianapolis. They were on all the planes for that we flew out here. I talked about this on my vlog. But so we sat with them last night. We hung out on the beach with them all day yesterday. And then we sat down, and the other family at our table last night was this mother and these two daughters from Colombia, and they were so fun, and the mother was probably the same age as my mother-in-law, and they kept on, okay, so the band at first, it was very much kind of like, going to a really, really, like, bad wedding, like, DJ, you know, like, all the music, you know, that they would play, like, at a like, you know what I'm talking about, you get it, right? Okay, and so it was, like, bad covers, all that kind of stuff. And we're all like sitting there like, where's the Latino music? And she's like, the woman kept on saying like, you know, where's the Latino music? So finally they started playing it. Everybody got up and danced, and it was so much fun. So we had such a good time. We actually didn't get home that late last night. I think my husband's in bed right here. He's still waking up a little bit. So I think we got home, what time did we get home? About 20 after 12 or something like that? We got down there about, he just looked at me like, like the head of a turtle coming out, you know? I think we got home. Do you remember? He's shaking his head. He doesn't remember. I just woke up probably about 20 minutes ago, and I want to go on the beach, and so I was like, okay, I have to film this video now because, of course, as y'all know, when I go on vacation, some shit always happens, okay? I literally just said this in my video the other day. I said, something's gonna happen because every time I go on vacation, something happens. So let me just put this in perspective for you. I don't know if it's just when I go on vacation because it's typically when I come to Mexico is when it happens. So for example, last year we were in Mexico and Michaela Noguera, and it also seems, okay, anyway, I was gonna say it has to do with Jaclyn Hill, but this summer it wasn't Jaclyn Hill. So last year we were down here for New Year's, and I made some joke, and I said, every time, I can't get a day off to save my life, every time I come on vacation, somebody always acts up, they, you know, all this kind of stuff, right? Okay. So last January, it was when Michaela Noguera was coming for drama channels, and Jaclyn Hill ran to her defense and alleged that drama channels, oh my God, this is so interesting. You know why? Because I pre-filmed that video that I posted, I think, 2 days ago, and I read all those receipts. So if you guys don't know about that, I went back and I read all the receipts. It was probably my least viewed video of 2023. But anyway, it was called like going back and reading receipts or something like that. But I went back and I read all like the receipts that I had from January. It was all this drama that I had forgotten about. It was like James Charles getting called out yet again for having a sexually inappropriate conversation with a straight guy. I had totally forgotten about that incident. And then, I think I reported on that, but I'm not sure. And then it was the Michaela Noguera situation before Mascaragate of her coming out for drama channels over her fiance at the time, now husband Cody, right? And Jaclyn Hill jumped in and said drama channels were like always coming for her husband's sobriety and all that kind of stuff. I just addressed this in a video the other day. because we were all very, very supportive of John's sobriety, and many of us sent messages to Jaclyn. I know I did, and you know, and things like that. And so for her to come out and say that was just, first of all, I thought it was disgusting. And so that was in January, and that was when I was down here for New Year's last year. And then I was down here in June for my birthday, and I'll never forget it. I was on the beach, laying on the beach trying to enjoy myself, and I think it was the day after my birthday. No, it was the day before my birthday. It was the 28th, because my birthday's the 29th of June. And Colleen Ballinger, I believe it was that day, she put out her ukulele video. And I can remember laying on the beach. I was just like laying there listening to some music, and all of a sudden my phone just started going off like crazy. And I was like, what's going on? And it was all these text messages, and people were like, did you see Colleen posted? Colleen posted. Colleen put a video up. So I sat there with my AirPods on, and I watched this video, and I was like, I looked at my husband, I was like, do you care if I go up to the room and film a video? And he was like, no, babe, go film a video if you want to. So I came up to the room, and I filmed a video, my reaction to Colleen Ballinger's ukulele bullshit nonsense. And so, I knew this vacation, I knew something was gonna pop off. I didn't really know what it was gonna be. I knew it wasn't going to be on the level of like, I mean, we just got here. So, you know, I don't know. There could be other things that happen in the next couple days. But anyway, I didn't think it would be on the level of like Colleen Ballinger. You know, I can remember when we were on vacation in Mexico the last time we were down here, I never expected her to come out with that video then. And I definitely didn't expect that to be what she was going to put out if she did come out, you know? I don't know what I expect when I go on vacation, but it's never like on that kind of level, right? So yesterday, I start getting tagged all over the place. I'm like, I put up something, I said something like earlier in the day, I can't even remember what it was, but I looked on like Twitter, and I was like, I had all these notifications and these like, you know, direct messages, and I was like, what did I put? I thought, this many people are responding to the Halloween countdown, because that's basically what I retweet over there, you know? And I was like, there can't be this many people. I don't know what it was I put up there. I guess I could look. So anyway, but I got I had tons of mentions on Twitter and like all these DMs. And so I go in, and the first one that I see is somebody, and they screenshot this thing from Jaclyn Cosmetics, which I'm going to read in just a second. And then they said, Peter, you're the psychic of the world. And so it was Jaclyn Cosmetics coming out and sharing that they are closing. It's like Jaclyn signs off on Jaclyn Cosmetics, basically saying that she's closing down her brand that she never was the CEO of, but I guess we're going to still act like that till the very end. I don't know. So then I go over to Instagram, right? Because I wanted to go over and see if she had posted anything, but she reshared what Jaclyn Cosmetics said. I'm going to run this down for you guys in just a second, right? So she reshared what Jaclyn Cosmetics did, but then every other picture is just her talking about mocktails. So apparently on the biggest day of her life, because she put all of her own money, and this was a family-owned business, into a brand that she never wanted to start because she never wanted to be a CEO, but it was always her dream to be a CEO and own her own makeup company, that she had Lipstick Gate over, which was the most shameful, embarrassing thing that she's ever had to live through, and nobody but Jaclyn can joke about that. On the day that she decides to close the brand and announce it publicly, her Instagram is filled with mocktails. I'm confused about this, okay? If that was the biggest day for me, like, I can tell you right now, like, I'm nowhere on the level of Jaclyn Hill. But if tomorrow I decide that I was never going to do YouTube again, that would not be like celebratory pictures. Like, that would be a hard day for me. You know, I've even talked about that on my vlog, like thinking about like what my last vlog would ever be. Like if I ever said, okay, I'm done with YouTube, you know, that would be like really hard for me, you know, with the connections that I built with you guys and just the ability to get up and do this every single day. I just can't even imagine if like tomorrow I was like, okay, you guys, this is my last video, I'm out, you know. I don't know that the response to that would be throwing up like, you know, like Jordan's in an Instagram being like, yeah, Jaclyn made me this mocktail, and then they're playing this game and all this kind of stuff, which by the way, that game is fun because my cousin's stepson gave it to us, and she's playing the same game that we played with Alex's family like 2 days in a row. So anyway, that game was fun that they played. It looks like, this is the other thing is, where I almost kind of feel like she is, I don't know, like I can't figure out what's going on, but people are asking her questions like, is she drinking or is she drinking mocktails during New Year? She's bringing a lot of attention to this, which is she's wanting to change her channel over to a lifestyle blog, right? Or vlog. And I understand that, okay? But I don't know why when you're trying to do this health journey and not drink, you're trying to bring attention to all of that, right? Like she screenshots this thing where somebody's like, are you having mocktails or are you drinking? And she makes it very clear she's having mocktails. She shares it. But I mean, okay, so that is what it is. But then she shows this one part of the game. The game, okay, so the game is like all these table games that you play with like plastic cups and whatever. And some of the games do very much look like college, like, what's that called? Like, what's the where you bounce the cup, what's that called? The college game to drink. What's the game?
There's a lot of them.
No, the one where the drinking game, where you do the ping pong ball in the cup.
Beer pong?
Beer pong. A lot of the games look like beer pong. And so she's doing this one game where they have to like blow something into a cup. It's like you didn't know about this game. Like, because at first I was like, is this just like college games? But it's totally not that. It's all these activities around like paper, ping pong ball, and like a plastic cup, right? But if you look at the video, it looks like she is doing something that kind of looks like beer pong a little bit. And so I'm like, why are you trying to like, I mean, she's not stupid. She knows what she's doing, right? And I don't know, like, a lot of like what she does is just very confusing to me. One of the things that I've learned through the years in following Jaclyn Hill is that Jaclyn Hill always plays things off like, what, you guys? Like, I wasn't, like, there was nothing behind that. When a lot of her moves are very, very calculated. Like, she does things purposely to bring things to attention, so people ask her for things like that. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like she just said something the other day and she's like, so many people are asking me about this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but nobody's asking about, you know, the closing of the brand and whatever. So, and by the way, I just want to mention this, that so many people, since they said this, I actually, I tweeted out last night on Twitter when people were bringing this to my attention. I said, because so many people were like, Peter, you're the psychic of the world. And I reshared it and I said, next year I'm starting a psychic channel, period. I even got the timing right. And then I said, P.S., can y'all influencers leave me alone while I'm on vacation? It's starting to feel personal. Then I said, Happy New Year's 2024. I hope May 2024 bring you much love and many blessings. So for those of you that don't know, okay, I in many videos have said that I believed that Jaclyn Cosmetics was going to close down at the end of the fourth quarter, which would have been right now. I'm actually, I have a feeling that it actually kind of like, well, they're doing a final sale. So she posted that like, well, Jaclyn Cosmetics, I'll have to look back and see what the receipts are. It's either Jaclyn Hill or Jaclyn Cosmetics. I have them in my phone. Right after they announced the closing on their Instagram story or whatever, they then announced a sale. I think it's hers. I think it's on her. Well, let's just look right now. I can tell you guys right now before I get into this and I say something. People are like, Peter, it actually wasn't, blah, 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 whatever. And okay, look at all these great pictures of me and my husband last year. We got some good pictures last night, didn't we? He's still waking up. He's like, Okay, so, okay, let's see. Where are all my Jaclyn pictures? Oh my god, we have so many videos from last night of us dancing. And okay, come on. Oh, where are my receipts? I wasn't even gonna make this video today. I was gonna wait until tomorrow. And then I was like, I already saw that people had put it up, and I was like, no. Oh, look, there's that cute picture of you and that girl dancing from last night. Aww. Okay, so where is it? I think it's on hers. Hold on, here it is. A second. Oh, it's on, yes, here it is. It's on hers. And right after she announced it, well, after she announced it, she posts this one, which is her dancing, okay, drinking a mocktail. And it says, it's going to be a great year. So right after she reposts the Jaclyn Cosmetics closing, she posts this picture of her drinking this mocktail. And then she's dancing like crazy. And it's got this little thing down here that says, it's going to be a great year. And then the next thing that she posts is 50% all of Jaclyn Cosmetics, 50% off. Well, no shit, girl, it's closing down, right? Okay, and then somebody says to her, this is where she's, you know, she loves to share people's, hold on a second, DMs and prove a point, right? So hold on a second, where's she at? Okay, so here it is, and somebody says, are you drinking mocktails tonight or are you having an exception tonight? As a fellow sober Sally for mental health, I'm super curious. And she says, sober girly, I've been so mentally clear recently. I don't want to change that. Going into the new year feeling amazing. For everyone drinking tonight, please be so safe and take care of you. And I think that's a fine response. I mean, listen, I don't understand why she, like, brings negative attention to it, but I wish the best for her. I hope if she wants to stay sober, I hope that she continues to stay sober. I'm not going to diss her for that, right, at all. And by the way, since somebody said this to me last night, I just want to say, and I haven't had this said to me in a very, very long time, and it was obviously somebody that I had just met that was new, but they knew that I was sober. I'd explained my story to them. I explained that I'd been sober for 29 years. This wasn't somebody that was young. They were older. They understood. And they said to me, I really want to get you drunk. And I said, no, you really don't. And they go, no, you would be so fun drunk. And I said, and I was dancing. And I said, well, I'm fun sober. And they go, but you'd have so much more fun if you were drunk. And I stopped them. I said, listen, I said, that's really inconsiderate to say to somebody that's sober. Don't ever say that to a sober person. Like, there's nothing right about that to a sober person. I just wanted to put that out there. Because I hadn't had that said to me in a very, very long time, you know? But congratulations to Jaclyn on her sobriety. I think, like, this is the thing for me. Like, Jaclyn's never come out and said that, you know, like, she defines herself as sober, right? But, like, she doesn't say that she's, like, abstinent, that she's never gonna drink again or whatever, right? Like, she's sharing her journey with you, you know? And I think, like, this is the thing that I worry for her, and it's not even about, like, whatever choices she makes with drinking or whatever. My worry about it is, I can remember when I became a vegetarian, like, 5 years ago in August, right? And at that time, and I just did it for 30 days. I was like, I saw this thing, and I was like, I'm just going to be a vegetarian for 30 days and see how it goes, right? And I can remember at that time, there were literally, like, vegan and vegetarian YouTubers and influencers that were getting called out. I can't remember this girl's name, but she had written, like, books about a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle. I don't remember which. I'm not vegan, I'm vegetarian. She had written this book that she was selling on the internet. She had these classes, these master classes. Her whole entire influencer world was all built around that. Well, then she was, like, in Florida, and there was these pictures of her eating sushi with fish in it, right? And it, like, ruined her career, and she never came out and addressed it or anything, right? And I can remember being, like, I even talked about this on my vlog, being so scared, and I was like, well, I don't know how long this will last, and it may not last. I would say that a lot in my vlog early on, you know? And I would be like, I don't know how long this is going to last, and I may only do this another week and whatever, because I was so afraid to say, I am a vegetarian now, because if then tomorrow I was like, I'm going to have a chicken finger, then literally I was afraid the whole internet would come for me. I was already, like, I did this whole video where I bought all these candies from Five Below, because they have all these, like, gummy candies there and stuff, and I, like, showed them, and I got this, I mean, I remember just, like, getting rid of all these candies because I spent like $30 on these candies. Those Haribo candies or Harbo candies or whatever, they had like every style there in the world. And somebody sent me a message and they said, I hope that you know, or they put it in a comment or something, that those candies have gelatin in it, which comes from bone marrow. And I was like, I didn't know that. And that was the point where I talked to this friend of mine, and she has been a vegetarian for 31 years. And I was telling her about it, and I said, you know, my biggest fear is that I'm just going to get called out left and right. And I'm just trying to do this thing the best of my ability, right? Like, it's not, like, I can make a whole video about that. I already have, about my reasoning behind being a vegetarian. I'm not the person that sits at a table and it's like, you shouldn't eat that. Never like that, right? So, that was my fear. And she said to me, she goes, being a vegetarian isn't a straight line. She was like, you know, you learn as you go. You're going to screw up. She goes, it's not like sobriety. She's like, it's not like you get a starter token or something like that. She's like, you know, you do the best you can. You learn as you go. You learn certain things have some things in them, certain things don't. She's like, you learn as you go. And she's like, you know, it's not anybody that would expect that of you. She goes, now, it's different if you go and you are intentionally trying to be a vegetarian and you go into a restaurant and you eat a steak. But if that's what you choose to do for that day, that's what you choose to do for that day. Maybe the next day you go back to being a vegetarian. Now, I haven't had a steak or a piece of meat willingly. I've been cross-contaminated in that time. But just to share this story is because that was freeing and liberating for me to hear that from her, because then I was like, this is about me. This isn't about anybody else, right? Well, this is about, and a lot of people have, like, sent me messages and been like, oh, your story of being a vegetarian is inspiring to me in other ways, not just in being a vegetarian, right? So Jaclyn's inspiring other people. I can tell you right now that if she came out and she said, I believe that I'm an alcoholic, I'm doing 12-step program and stuff, some of the things that she's doing, I would probably take some issue with as a person in recovery that works a 12-step program. But she's not saying that. And I think her sharing her journey for people that do not define as alcoholics, but just feel that drinking is a problem in their life, I think she's being really inspiring to people. So in that mark, I'm going to give that to her. What I'm not going to give her the mark on is the fact that she's a liar and a scammer and is still at the very end acting like she is the CEO of this company. I mean, it's just absolutely, it's just buffoonery of the world to me, right? So she comes out with this statement. Oh, so by the way, all these people were like, oh, Peter, you're the psychic of the world. Because I said, okay, in previous videos, many previous videos, that Jaclyn Cosmetics was going to close down in the fourth quarter, the end of the fourth quarter. I even said in a video that I thought this would be the last announcement that Jaclyn Hill would make in 2023 going into 2024. I just said that last week. I said this will be the last thing that Jaclyn does in 2023. I said I don't know if she'll put out a video. I don't know if she'll put it out somehow. But this will be the last thing she does in 2023 is that she will, I said it'll either be that or it'll be the first thing she does in 2024 is that she announces the closing of Jaclyn Cosmetics. Because I believe the brand closed down. I think all the paperwork and everything is already done. I think the all sales final thing is probably going just to get rid of merchandise. And then after that, I mean, the brand is closed down, okay? And I think it was closed down at the end of this quarter or whatever. And so now it's just like the finalizing of getting rid of the merchandise and things like that. I also have to say that I believe full-heartedly now, people are asking me, okay, so, well, let me just say this before I get into the predictions thing. I think the next thing we're going to see is the closing of Morphe. I think that Forma is just going to cut their losses. And I think that they realize now that these brands are unsavable financially and that they can't save them. So I think that they're going to close Morphe next. I think the next thing we're going to see, and I think it will be at the end of the first quarter. I thought it was going to be like maybe summer, fall. I think that's what I said in my video, summer is what I said. I think we're going to see it at the end of the first quarter. I think they're too afraid to come out and announce the closing of Jaclyn Cosmetics and Morphe at the same time because Jaclyn and Morphe are so tied together. But I don't know why they really care. I mean, it's closing of businesses. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. So that's the closing of Jaclyn Cosmetics. But people are saying that, like, I'm the psychic of the world and all this kind of stuff. So I put over on Instagram that I'm going to do a psychic predictions video probably tomorrow, okay? So let me know what you want me to do my psychic predictions for 2024. For example, let me give you the first question. One of the questions that somebody asked me was, who will be the first YouTuber to collab with Gypsy Rose Blanchard since she is out of prison? And my response to that, I was standing in the bathroom, I was like reading these, and so I was like standing there and I was like reading through some of the comments I got so far, and that was like literally one of the first ones, and I was like, my initial, it's always a gut feeling for me, right? My initial response was the first two people, it'll either be Ethan Klein or it'll be James Charles, okay? And he'll do some grand makeover or something like that. So that's who I think that Gypsy Rose Blanchard's, she's like on TikTok and Instagram and everywhere. I mean, that girl, they ain't stopping her. She's out. She's running the town now. So anyway, so if you want to know what any predictions, put them either in the comment section below, or if that thing is still open. This shirt looks so baggy. I mean, it's not a hot look. Listen, Linda, we had too much fun last night and I got burnt yesterday. So, I mean, nothing's new. But anyway, okay, so if you want to know about all that, put that over, put that in the comment section below or put it over on my Instagram. The other thing I want to ask y'all is, why did y'all have to start off 2024 with some weirdness for me? Okay. So I was going through my pictures. I posted this picture of me and my husband last night on Instagram. And at the very bottom is this gal. She's got one picture up on her Instagram. She's fake. I don't know who she is. Darlene something. But here are her comments on my video. Can somebody make sense of this to me? Is this like, what's that? Is this like Sudoku or something? I don't understand this comment. How can you be on a ship and be in Mexico? Oh, I just got this. Oh my God, I just understood this. Do you tell lies all the time? It states happy 2024. How do you take me to Hawaii with your husband, Alex? Very interesting concept. You're the one who causes the problem. Big as life on Instagram. You look fine, looks like you went for a haircut. Okay, I just understood what she meant. Okay. Poor Darlene. Okay, well, she's only got one picture, so I thought she was a fake account, but apparently not. She said, how could you be on a ship and be in Mexico? Okay, so all these people that use my pictures for fake accounts, I mean, there's literally hundreds at this point, right? I mean, every day people are like, there's a new account, there's a new account, there's a new account. So they always tell these... It makes me so sad for these poor women, okay? I mean, I literally get daughters and granddaughters that reach out to me and they're like, my mom really thinks, like this guy who's talking to you, his name is Richard, and he's using your pictures and she really thinks that it's you and that she's sending him pictures, and I like showed him her videos, and she doesn't believe it, and she's like, no, that's Richard, and this guy Peter is a fake, and all this kind of stuff. And they're like, can you please reach out to my grandma? I've honestly like reached out, and then the last couple times, like, the women just wouldn't hear it. They were like, no, you're a fake, and Richard's for real, and I'm like, I can't help anymore. I'm not doing it anymore, right? So what she's saying is they always say that I'm on a ship. They're always like, I work on a, an oil ship out in the middle of the ocean, so I can't come to you right now, but if you could send me money, that would be great. And then these women send them money. So that's what she's saying. How can I be in a ship and I'm be in Mexico? Because, girl, I'm gay, married for 12 years now and been with my husband for 15 years, and you're getting cheated on by a scammer fake, okay? Please, Darlene, watch this video. Please, I'll send Darlene a message after I get off here because that kind of makes me real sad. But anyway, okay, so let's talk about this Jaclyn Hill thing. Let's read. I haven't actually read all the way through. I read the beginning of this, and I was like, oh, girl, some more snake. Girl, can't be reading all this. Okay, so let's read what Jaclyn Cosmetics puts out. Dear Jack Attackers. No, but that would be funny, wouldn't it? 2023, it's from Jaclyn, XO Jaclyn. Okay, 2023 has come to an end, and it's truly been a transformational year for me. The joy you're seeing in me is real. However, the road to get here has come with a lot of tough realities and decisions I have had to make as well. Oh, you mean Forma Brands had to make as well. Okay. Or how about those decisions that Kaylin Nicholson had to make because you basically screwed her brand, so she had to reformat? Because she's somebody that actually did want to own a brand, you know? I know you didn't, and it didn't mean anything to you say now, but, like, she did. So for you to start a brand, steal her name, and then step all over her just to end a brand that you never wanted to own in the first place is pretty shitty. But with that being said, I have decided to close the doors on Jaclyn Cosmetics for the foreseeable future. See, she says this in case she wants, like, this is going to get people to keep on, like, foreseeable future, okay? Now, you're closing the doors for good. You're dissolving the company, okay? People do not close companies for the foreseeable future. It's not like you put pause, okay? She's not Dorinda Medley from The Real Housewives of New York, okay? She's not on pause. You don't close a business and go, well, I might reopen it in 3 months. Girl, that ain't how it works. She knows that. I know that. We all know that, okay? What does she mean for the foreseeable future? She's dissolving the company. And she's not even doing it. Forma Brands is. If you guys don't believe me about this Forma Brands stuff, go look up the documentation. Jen Loves Reviews did a great video talking about the documentation, the court documents. Go to Forma Brands, okay? It will show you on Forma Brands. It will say companies that we own, and it will say that they own Jaclyn Cosmetics. She does not own Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay? This is not her decision to make. She has never been listed as a CEO, a CFO, a partner, a manager, nothing, okay? She has been paid to be a consultative, creative person with Jaclyn Cosmetics. She owns no part of Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay? So this is, again, her putting out this statement. I have to be honest with you, this is where I'd be kind of shitty if I was Jaclyn, because I really think that, in all honesty, I don't think this is just me being objective from an objective point of view. I don't know what that contract says, okay? I don't know if that contract says in exchange for this money, you have to play as, I mean, that could be it, right? That you have to play as if you are the face of Jaclyn Cosmetics till the very end. You know, I'm just trying to think this through and be completely fair. There may be some clause in the contract that, like, okay, I mean, if Forma started a brand and they called it Judy Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill's face was not tied to it, it wouldn't have sold any makeup, right? Or not Forma Brands, but Morphe back in the day and stuff like that, right? Okay, so Jaclyn collaborates with them, starts this brand that she probably did start, you know, with the intellectual property and all that kind of stuff, right? And so she starts it, but then the contract in selling the intellectual rights for what amount of money that she made, because I believe she made a lot of money in selling the intellectual rights, okay, and then getting paid a percentage after that. That was probably the contract. Said something in there that you will remain the face and say that you're the CEO. Like, that's one point of view that we've never looked at, right? That the contract may demand that Jaclyn always say that she's the CEO. Jaclyn never wanted to bow down from that anyway, so that was like a perfect mix, right? That she can say that. Okay. But then Lipstick Gate happened, and she could never come out and say that she didn't own the lipsticks, okay? She could never come out and say she didn't own Jaclyn Cosmetics, because that was in the contract. So she had to take the fall for the lipsticks, which I think is why she seemed so bitter after that. She didn't seem like really, like, I mean, the video she comes out and cries and all that kind of stuff, but I think part of it was that she felt like she failed herself a little bit by this contract and all this kind of stuff, right? I think it's interesting that she knows, that we all know, that she's not the CEO. I mean, if I tell you guys how many DMs I got last night, I mean, it was literally like hundreds of DMs that I got from people sharing this with me, that she closed Jaclyn Cosmetics. And they're all like, she's still acting like this, she's the CEO. I don't know. I mean, she is, okay, which is an utter joke, but maybe she has to. Maybe that's in the contract. But I can tell you right now, fuck that contract, okay? If I was Jaclyn Hill, I would be coming out with a video and I would be called, Jaclyn Cosmetics is closing, I don't own it, and this is, let me tell you the truth, okay? She would get so much respect over that and say, listen, I sold my soul to a devil. This is gonna stop, hold on a second. She could come out with a video and, you know, say, I sold my soul to the devil, okay? I thought this was gonna bring me a lot of money. I thought I was gonna be this collab dream, that I was gonna be able to, like, be the face of all this kind of stuff, but then I had to take the fall for everything. I couldn't back down and say that I didn't own this kind of stuff. They forced me to the very end to say that it was mine. It's never been mine. I've never been a CEO. I don't know why at this point she just doesn't come out and say, sue me for it. You ain't got no money anyway. Y'all don't have no money. You're closing brands left and right. I don't know why she doesn't just come out and do it, right? Because I think that's the truth. And she knows that's the truth. We all know that that's the truth, that she's not been part of it. Well, if she's not part of it, and she's saying it, and they're allowing her to say it, there has to be some contract in place that says something to that effect, right? So, fuck the contract, Jaclyn. Come out and tell the truth. You're only going to garner sympathy from your audience and people that have left you. Because people are going to be like, damn, she was bound by this contract. Okay, and then a lot of people will say, well, she chose to sign that contract. And she did, 100%, right? You know, is this going in and out? I feel like this video is going in and out. But anyway, I mean, I just don't understand why at the very bitter end she's still acting like this is her business and she ain't making these decisions. What she's making the decisions of, and Kevin James Bennett came out and talked about this, the rumors are, okay, and this is the decision that she is making, that the rumors are that she was offered whether or not she wanted to buy Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay, for whatever amount of money, and she chose not to buy Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay? So this brand that she has stood behind as the face of, not the CEO, not the CFO, that she said was a family-owned business, she's so invested in that she don't even care anymore, that she's just gonna walk away from, she don't wanna invest any of her own money, and she's literally worth millions, okay? Make that make sense. So anyway, so Jaclyn Cosmetics is closing now. Let's see what the rest of it she has to say in here. With that being said, I decided to close the doors on Jaclyn Cosmetics for the foreseeable future. There has been plenty of talk, but what I will say is the brand has been... What is plenty of talk? What does that mean? Can you explain that, Jaclyn? There has been plenty of talk, but what I will say is the brand has been such an important chapter in my book and one I will always cherish, but I am ready to close. First, I want to thank each and every one of you for support. Oh, thank you, girl. I appreciate that. I know, I've really tried to support you through the years. Okay. For the support and love you have shown me and this brand, not my brand. Notice that. You let this girl dream, and that's what I did. I still have those dreams, but to properly pursue them, I am going to need time and patience to do so. I also want to thank Ulta for continuing to believe in me and supporting, my brand and future endeavors. I don't take that lightly. Ulta are Predator Protectors, by the way, because they endorse James Charles. Okay, to make it very clear, I am so excited for the future. I am in the best mental and physical health I've ever been in. Congratulations, Jaclyn. I am very happy for her for that. I have an unbelievable support system through all of you and my family. Does she mean all those people that she bought on Instagram that I can't pronounce their names and they ain't got no followers and don't post nothing like Darlene? Is she talking about them? Girl, bless your heart. Oh my God, okay. I mean, can you just imagine, let me just finish this first of all. Okay, I gotta finish this. I have an unbelievable support system through all of you and my family. I'm finally feeling like myself again. I'm incredibly grateful to be where I am in life, and I can't wait to continue to grow in all aspects of it. Thank you so much, and I wish you and your loved ones a healthy, happy, and blessed oh my God, we almost said the exact same thing, because I said I think love and blessings, or blessings and love, and she said healthy, happy, and blessed 2024. XO, Jaclyn, Gossip Girl. XO, Gossip Girl. What was I going to say? Damn it, Janet, now I lost what I was going to say. Okay. I have an unbelievable support system through I'm finally feeling like myself again. Okay, I don't know what I was saying. I was saying something about those bought people that shit bought on Instagram almost. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Can you imagine living in a world? I mean, it's really rather sad. All in exchange for having a mansion, $200,000 car, Chanel Perkins. I was gonna say Chanel purse to Birkins, right? But that's the combination you get. Chanel purses, Birkins, everything she wants, travel. This amazing life, never really have to work, right? Okay. But everything is fake in it, okay? Like, you didn't really own those brands, Jaclyn, Roxanne, and Cozy, okay? And you scam somebody. You never really owned Jaclyn Cosmetics. You can't really come out and say that. You live in this, like, mystical fairy tale world that I 100% believe Jaclyn knows is a fairy tale world, that she has to put this all on for the public because she feels like if she does it, then nobody's going to like her or whatever, right? When I've always thought that the truth and honesty prevail. That's just what I believe. I think if tomorrow Jaclyn came out with a video and goes, you guys, let me, and I think she has the ability to do this. I really do, because I think this is the real Jaclyn sitting on a couch, okay? I think this is all smoke and mirrors that she does for videos and whatever. This is a salesperson, Jaclyn. Now that part does piss me off. But now it makes sense why she is linking all this affiliate stuff and that she's got her affiliate store linked, because that's the only way she's making money. She ain't posting any videos. The biggest opportunity, the biggest thing that she ever did in her entire life was closing this brand. Did she make a video yet about it? Okay, Jaclyn Hill. Let's see if she posted a video about this. No, her last video is my go-to glowy glam 13 days ago. So your biggest endeavor that you've ever had in your entire life was Jaclyn Cosmetics, and you don't put a video out announcing that you're closing it. You just put an Instagram post on Jaclyn Cosmetics and then you reshare it on Instagram. Seriously, girl? When you push this shit down our throats for years, said you couldn't wait, that you worked on this formula in the factory and the manufacturing for hours and hours, and you picked out these colors, and oh my god, and this, and oh my god, all this shit that you took for Jaclyn Cosmetics, all the hell that you got for the lipsticks, all the people that said that they love your makeup, and what you do is you reshare Jaclyn Cosmetics Instagram story, girl, and then followed up by 10 videos of mocktails. You don't even come out and make a video or nothing about it. I'm sure that video is to come, which, by the way, as a drama channel, thank you. Because if you had done all that on one day, that would have been one video for me. But since you're spacing it out, that gives me, so she's gonna do that like on the 3rd or the 4th. That'll give me a video that day, right? So anyway, I already know this video, this vacation is gonna be about the closing of Jaclyn Cosmetics. So anyway, so yeah, so she's closing down. I just think it's interesting. But what's even more interesting is when you go underneath Jaclyn Cosmetics and you look at what people are saying underneath there. Should we get to this? When she thanks all of her supporters. You guys want to know who her supporters are? Why don't we, here, let's read some of these. Somebody said, what? Why? I love your makeup line. Why are you closing down everything? Somebody said, sad but so confused. She was bomb at making products. I wonder if she will, you mean Forma was bomb at making products. Okay, let's just clarify that. I wonder if she will rebrand with her married name. No, it wasn't her brand. She didn't own it. Okay. Okay, and then her biggest supporter that she thanks all the supporters is James Charles, and he says, so proud of you. Here it is right here. James Charles, so proud of you. Should we go and read the comments off of James Charles? Groomer. Yeah, I don't think the Predator needs to chime in. You need to be shut down. Oh, good Lord. Stuff a sock in it. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Not the place or time for ignorant comments. People call them ignorant comments because they're calling James Charles a groomer and a predator. Okay. Anytime is a good time to call out a child predator. Somebody said, get off Instagram if you're worried about predators. The whole app is predatory, but this post specifically is really not the time. Okay, well, why don't we call out Jaclyn Hill for being a liar and a scammer because she never owned Jaclyn Cosmetics and she wants to act like it's her own brand. Should we do that instead? Okay. Somebody said, I have to assume anyone willing to argue to not say anything is a predator protector or a predator. Somebody said, so disrespectfully, you can go away. Follow suit, groom. I mean, these people are fighting about James Charles and Jaclyn. They said it's not the time or the place, and then this person keeps on fighting with people in the comment sections. This is the kind of shit I live for. What? Wait, why are people calling him a predator? What? A girl! A girl! A girl! What is going on? What? This girl from Colombia last night that was at our table, okay? She is a biological chemist. She was telling me she's loves the influencer world, stuff like that. I'm asking her names. I'm like, Michaela Noguera. She's like, I don't know her. I'm like, Alex says Jeffree Star. She's like, oh, I know who Jeffree Star is. And I'm like listing off names, right? She's like, I said Colleen Ballinger, Miranda Singh. She's like, because I'm trying to explain to her like what videos I make. I say all this kind of stuff. I go through all these names. She don't know nobody, okay? I go James Charles, and she looks at her sister and she goes, now I understand what kind of stuff you cover in your channel. How do you not know what happened? Oh, girl. Is this Raw Beauty Christie underneath a fake account? Raw Beauty Christie coming out acting like she don't know what happened with James Charles. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to cuss for my first time in 2024. Put 25 cents in the cuss jar, but you're gonna have to get the fuck out of here with all that, okay? Somebody said, well, let's see. He's openly spoken about speaking to minors multiple times. People are talking about fighting about being Texas and being ignorant and all this kind of stuff. What are they talking about? I'm not from Texas, but the fact that you think I'm ignorant when the man has admitted to multiple times talking about James Charles kind of makes you look ignorant. Anyone who engages, okay, it goes on and on and on. Well, I never followed him, so maybe that's why I didn't know, but now I'm definitely not. Thank you for sharing. That's why I'm here. I'm allowed to ask here. I don't follow him, so I was curious. That's the problem when you assume you become an ass. No one cares what you think, somebody says to James Charles. Please go away disrespectfully, they said. I mean, this is just too much. But anyway, so Jaclyn Cosmetics is closing down. My husband's laughing. I could give a rat's ass. I really could. I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel sad for her. Okay, there's a lot of things in Jaclyn's life that I do feel for her on an emotional level as a human being. This ain't one of them, okay? She has lied about this for so many years. She has stepped over other women in the business industry or in the beauty industry. Girl, we've been knowing this is coming. You know, one of the main comments underneath her post of it is, are we surprised? No, nobody's surprised, girl. We knew this was coming. But here's my question, okay? So, the only reason that Jaclyn Hill is able to... So, she said she didn't want to be a salesperson. Remember she said that? Okay. What makes me think was at that point that she came out and made that video closing Jaclyn Roxanne and whatever else down, that Cozy brand... I'm not sure that at that point she was aware that Jaclyn Cosmetics was going to close down. I think it was in talks, but I don't think she was aware of that. Because I think if she was aware of that, she would never have come out and said, I don't want to be seen as a salesperson, okay, on social media. Because ever since then, she's continued to push affiliate links. Well, probably because financially she's had to keep up with her lifestyle. I mean, she is pushing affiliate links so hard. She's got her Amazon store linked underneath her thing, right? The last video she posted was some 13 days ago. How is a woman making any money? Unless they bought out her part of when they closed down Jaclyn Cosmetics and she made some huge sum of money off of that or something like that. But those court documents, that's public record, so that'll probably be coming out soon. If that does, I'm sure somebody, one of them smarter people than me will be covering all that kind of stuff, and then I'll cover their video. But, you know, how is she living financially would be my question, right? Because there's no way, you know? Unless she's living off affiliate links. Well, if you're never posting videos and you don't have a following on social media anymore and you're not doing this, I do think that we're going to see a huge rebranding YouTube-wise with her. I think she will completely stop doing makeup stuff. I think she will start doing... I mean, if she starts another brand, I think people will think it's a joke, right? So I don't think that's in the cards anytime soon. I think they'll do a couples channel. I think that will be that. I think they'll move into doing like a family vlogging channel, things like that. I think they might have kids in the near future. I think she may know that, and they're going to do a family vlogging channel, and she thinks that that will blow up for her. And then I think her main channel will turn into like a healthy channel, a healthy living channel, where she shares all that kind of stuff. And after a while, it'll be nothing to do with makeup anymore. I think we'll see a complete change. And you know what? If that's what makes Jaclyn happy, I hope that's what makes Jaclyn happy. Because I think she's wanting to garner a whole new audience that doesn't just know her for the makeup, and then that way she can sell all her Amazon shit to them as well. And I think that that's how she'll do it. But I don't know how she can survive. I mean, let's just look. I didn't even look with how many views she got in her last video. Her last video, which is called My Go-To Glowy Glam, is sitting at 244,000 views. That's from 13 days ago. And I mean, a 244,000 viewed video is probably I don't know, I'm trying to guess, anywhere from like maybe $5,000. So, I mean, she's not making that much money off of YouTube anymore. So she has to be banking on the fact that she's making money off these Amazon affiliate links. And I don't even think that she could possibly be making that much money off of, I mean, she's only got 244,000 people that are watching her, and she's got how many subscribers does she have? 5 million, I think, something like that. She's got 5.5 million subscribers. So, and how do her Jaclyn's Journeys videos do on here? Let's see if they do progressively better. Okay. Wait a second. Oh no, she did. Okay. Top 5 things I did to completely... I thought she deleted these videos. I think she might have changed the thumbnail. 216,000 views. I quit drinking for 90 days. Here's what happened. 537,000 views. Massive Amazon favorites haul, 389,000 views. Full face of products you need recommended. Am I being too sensitive? 287,000 views. I'm closing my brand, 702,000 views. Our wedding, 400,000. So see, she's getting anywhere between like 250 and 500,000 views. And to be honest with you, and this is in Jaclyn's favor, what it shows is, and Jaclyn, if you're watching this video, because I know you watch drama videos, even though you don't act like you do, but this is very important for you to know, just in case you want to move forward and do whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter what you're making your videos about. You're getting pretty much the same amount of views. So you should do whatever you want to do with your channel moving forward. If you're done with makeup, don't do makeup anymore. If you want to just have a lifestyle vlogging channel, do that. Because what this shows is the same amount of people are watching your videos no matter what you do. So I think we're going to see a rebranding with that. But I called it, and I'm the psychic of the world, and yes, I am going to choose to be arrogant about that today. At least I can say it out loud. I'm arrogant, I'm arrogant, I'm arrogant, because I was right. I was right. All these people being like, okay, you know what? I'm going to ask for something. I'm not going to demand it, because we know how that went back in the day when people thought I was demanding stuff. But for all you people out there that said, Jaclyn Hill is not closing Jaclyn Cosmetics. Jaclyn Cosmetics is lucrative. It's never closing down. I will accept your apology in the comment section below. Thank you very much, okay? Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a fantastic New Year's. Happy New Year's 2024! Woo! Here's to lots of drama in 2024. Can we whoop it up? Whoop it up like Vicky says in The Real Housewives of Orange County. Peace! I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.